going on, everyone? This is Jeremy with the Coalesce Fitness Solutions Podcast. Today, I just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about part of our mission statement at Coalesce. Over the last couple of years, we've been working on developing a process to bring new members in and to define what it is that we want to do as a company, as a culture of coaches, and building a team of professional coaches. So part of that is we started developing a mission statement, and part of the mission statement we've taken from Active Life, which is a mentorship company that we've been working with over the last couple of years on and off. And they've influenced the way that we do personal training, and they've influenced the way that we program for individuals. And part of that statement is aligning world-class support and personal commitment to empower each individual to fully experience their active life. So why did we decide to adopt that as part of our mission statement? Well, part of what we want to be doing at Coalesce is creating a culture of coaching, of world-class coaching by professional coaches who are being educated through Active Life. Our coaches are in the Active Life Professional Program, which is a 13-month program that goes through an extensive coursework of assessment protocols and corrective action protocols for injury, programming for general populations, programming for populations who are beyond their injury, and how to maintain that freedom from pain and injury that might have been limiting them in their fitness journey, or trying to lose weight, or whatever the kid, or just being able to play with their kids pain-free on the weekends or whatever. So what does it mean to be a professional coach? Well, part of it is it's a full-time job. It's the only occupation that is suitable for the individual. When I think about other career paths outside of being a massive pop star, which, you know, we're going for it in the background. So when I think about other careers that I could partake in, there's nothing else that really comes up where I say, like, that's the thing I want to go and do. Like, if I had the opportunity to go back to school or whatever, I'm sure I might choose. It would be definitely something in the movement field, movement sciences, or mental development. So like the back end coaching at things like, how do you think about the way that you train? How do you think about the way that you eat? How do you think about what's your relationship with food like? And in order to be a world-class coach or a professional coach, we're constantly educating ourselves on ways to improve people's mental game, improve the way they think about the world that they live in, the way that they choose foods, the way that they choose exercise, the way that they choose activities. And that becomes the framework to develop a athlete or a client, whatever you want to call it. And so in order for us to offer world-class support, so the first thing is that it's a full-time job. This is the full focus of the coach. So Josh is primarily the full-time coach now. He's here all day, mornings and nights. He's in the Active Life Professional Program. He's got a certified strength and conditioning background. And so as he develops his background and understanding of movement and exercise is very deep, and he's got a lot of knowledge. And so part of coaching is learning how to share that knowledge. So as we're starting to learn how to better communicate things and how to be able to teach things to people and how to do so effectively in a matter of time that's going to allow the workout to still take place in a meaningful way. So the world-class support that we're talking about is we want to be hiring coaches and developing coaches who have the ability to communicate very large and complicated ideas to a regular person who knows that they need to be in the gym or needs to be doing some kind of training so that they can live their life at a higher capacity, whatever that means, whether, like we talked about earlier, playing sports or doing yard work without having back pain, and being able to go back to work on Monday without a belly full of Advil. So when we want our coaches to be able to do is to communicate those ideas to people who have busy lives and understand that the reason we're choosing certain exercises, the way that your body works, whatever those things are that the client needs to understand, we need to be able to communicate that. And as we get better and better at communicating these complicated ideas to people who don't have a lot of time to spend studying them, and the reason for that is because there needs to be an understanding of why you do the things that you do. Otherwise, there's never going to be any significant buy-in to your fitness journey or whatever the case is, whether it's the nutrition aspect of it or just the exercise aspect of it. If there's no mental commitment, if there's no mental connection to the things that you're doing, it becomes, I'm going to do this for 6 weeks. I'm going to lose a couple pounds and then I'm going to forget it. And that's fine if the only goal is to have the scale show a lower number on it, but that won't improve a person's capacity or their ability to move through the world without pain and be able to function in the real world without having to avoid things like taking long walks or playing with their grandkids or playing sports later in life. As a 41-year-old, almost 42-year-old, I want to be able to still engage in competitive and challenging activities. I want to be able to say, okay, I'm going out on a 5K run today. I'm going to go to a jiu-jitsu class. I'm going to do a high-intensity interval training workout. And so the exercises that I choose for myself need to support those activities and need to support my body's function for these high-level activities. And so the things I program for myself are going to cater to those goals. Similarly, when we program for an individual, we're looking at what is their daily life like, what are the needs and the demands of their life, and how do we better deliver a solution for them so that they can do their jobs and live their lives at a higher capacity without the worry of pain, setback, injury. A healthy person wants to work out, and part of our job is to protect our clients and know what the pitfalls are. So someone coming in who has no movement limitations or has no pain symptoms in their body currently, but still wants to be able to perform at a very high level, those type of people, it's about injury prevention. Because if we get you onto some complicated exercise program and those principles of stability and range of motion and strength balance aren't applied early on, well, then typically that's when we see injuries later on. So part of our job is to be able to protect our clients and know ahead of time through movement assessments and testing how to best progress a person from where they are to where they want to go. So when we talk about world-class support, we're talking about being able to give complicated information to an individual so that they understand what it is they're doing here and why. And we have a personal commitment to empower each individual. Again, we took this from Active Life. It's part of their mission statement for their location that they're opening in Long Beach. And I just thought it hit pretty close to home as to what we've been working on for the last couple of years. So we want to empower each individual to have a personal commitment to their journey. We want to develop autonomous individuals, meaning you know what to do and why you need to do it from the programming that you've done. And if we can develop a deep understanding, that's freedom for any individual to know what they need to do for themselves if a setback happens whenever, right? Like it could be 5 or 10 years from now after you've done some things to resolve certain movement issues or pain issues. Knowing what to do and how to address those things with whatever approaches are effective for you as an individual is that's freedom. Being able to go out and do whatever you want, regardless of what the activity is. Obviously, like, there are limitations for, like, there's always going to be those mountains that are too big to go climb. But for the average individual, a long hike through, some hilly terrain is a pretty beautiful experience. And if you're not able to do that because of ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, back pain, or whatever it is that causes a flare up, most of the time, just being stronger in the right places helps to be able to build the capacity of the joints so that you could do those things that you want to do, even if it's just exercise at a high intensity, and be able to do those things without worrying about, am I going to be sitting on a heating pad for the next week and a half with a belly full of Advil? So we want to have world-class support, meaning our coaches are developed through a high level of education to learning how to communicate complicated ideas to regular people who have real jobs, who have real lives, who know that they need to be able to incorporate fitness into their life, and whatever reason there's an obstacle, and to be able to communicate these complicated ideas to people who don't have the time to study them on their own, so that the understanding grows, so that they can be empowered to help their bodies, to help themselves get through whatever setbacks might occur, or just be able, like, the things that you learn about yourself as a result of going through a fitness journey or a transformation teach you that, like, okay, like, I thought this was an insurmountable obstacle, but all it took was showing up 3 days a week to train and set into place some habits outside of the gym in order to maximize the return of time that you spend in the gym. So that's our current mission, part of our current mission. And as we continue to develop our mission statement and our understanding of what it is that we're really trying to do as a company and as a collective of coaches who are delivering high levels of service to individuals who have had setbacks, who know that they want to be able to go out and play golf, go out and play basketball, chase your grandkids, do some yard work, plant some trees, whatever the thing is that might be avoided because of every time I do yard work, I can't move out of bed because every time I pick up a bag of seed, the 50-pound bag of seed always throws my back out. And, so they go to a doctor, they go to a chiropractor, they go to whoever, they get some anti-inflammatories, they get some painkillers, and that's a whole nother topic. And then they try to go about their lives for a couple weeks until they have to do something again, and then boom, another setback happens. So at Coalesce, our goal and our mission is to be able to provide solutions to each individual based on their specific needs, so that they can live an independent and free physical life. I'm someone who likes adventure. I like to know, I like to do things so I can have stories, so that I can have memories, so that I can communicate with people. The world becomes a much more pleasant place when we have experiences that we can share with other people that allow us to connect. And just being able to, hey, yeah, next month in about a week, we're going to Seattle and we're going on these long hikes where we're planning on seeing beautiful things. And that is a result of being capable of it. And I've gone through periods of injury where I wasn't capable of long hikes without pain. And then I started thinking differently about training. I started thinking differently about moving and the importance of the regular things, like how you stand, walk, and run, or even crawl, as being a higher priority than a 1-rep max snatch or a 1-rep max deadlift. Those things are cool when they're fun, and it's just not the priority of myself as a coach or as an athlete. Because I don't see the value in it in the day-to-day. I only see the value in it in specific competition, whether that be fitness competitions or powerlifting competitions. There's very little value in that stuff for a general fitness. In the more complicated stuff, the real value for any individual is in specific programming for those specific needs and specific goals. So if you're listening to this for the first time, if you're a member of Coalesce, if you're a client, and you know someone who needs to hear this stuff or might connect with understanding what coaching is and what world-class support means, and the level of service and value we're looking to deliver to our clients in a more intimate capacity of personal training and individual design. So, comment, share, send it to your friends. Thanks for listening.